So the way we think about obesity is completely wrong. We think about it as the problem itself, whereas it's only a symptom of a much systemic, much deeper problem that happens within our homeostatic balance. You see, our body needs a certain level of balance, of equilibrium to be able to function. So think about body temperature. It's a perfect example of this. If your body's temperature starts to increase or decrease, if you start getting cold or you start getting warm, you feel uncomfortable. You figure out ways to change that situation and regain your homeostatic balance. And if you can't do that and your body temperature continues to go off your window of tolerance, as we call it, you start feeling more and more uncomfortable. It starts getting more difficult to think straight and you become more emotional about things. And as that range goes further and further away from your homeostatic window of tolerance, then you end up actually falling into your self-protection mode, which is that fight-flight response, that get me out of this situation, I'm about to die, and you start feverishly looking for ways to get out of that situation. And if that's not working, you go into that freeze response again, in that self-protection mode of your organism, and you get tired, you start sleeping, and you wait for the situation to change without doing anything. Ultimately, you die. And it's this way with many other stressors to our homeostatic balance. It's not just our body temperature that needs to remain in that homeostatic window of tolerance, but it's our emotional balance, it's our chemical balance, it's our hormones, it's our nutrients in our organism. Scientists call the cumulative product of these toxicities is the allostatic load. Now, I don't really use the term allostatic load anymore because we already know what these things are, what this process is intuitively. We say toxic coworker, toxic boss, toxic workplace, toxic location, toxic air, water, and we talk about toxic experiences. So we know that these are the things that really push us off our balance, and they're not good for us. They're really bad for us. What we don't know is just how bad they are and how they relate to everyday problems that we experience and think of, like we do in the case of obesity, as a problem within itself, when that issue is really related to these toxicities that we're experiencing elsewhere that might seem completely unrelated to what we're living with in that moment in terms of our weight. So obesity is the symptom of disruption in the metabolic function in our organism because of this imbalance in our homeostasis. In Funda Flow meditation, we teach our clients how to go to the root of the problem, go all the way down to homeostatic balance, and help our client regain that balance. How's that possible, you're going to think, right? Well, we already have the mechanisms in our organism to regain that homeostatic balance when it's off. Yawn and stretch is a perfect example for this. I've been teaching my clients to yawn and stretch, motivating them, empowering them to rise above the social, cultural conditioning. So many people don't even remember how this reflex works because they've been repressing it for so long in their lives. They have to get reminded of that. Once you practice it, like it should be practiced, you experience the intense relief, that sense of well-being and happiness and calm and contentment that comes with homeostatic balance. Just try it at home, yawn and stretch, and you will see that you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more energized. And this is just one of the meditations. The Ramchi system of neural dance exercises is actually based on this mechanism of yawn and stretch we call pandiculation. Once you get that homeostasis, your body already has the tools to heal itself, to repair the function of metabolic system if you're also removing the toxicities from your life as well. We can tolerate a lot of toxicities, and with the lifestyles that we have and enjoy right now, it's really difficult to get rid of every toxicity out there immediately. Noise is a toxicity for our nervous system, for example. To get rid of that, we need to design new ways of doing things. We need to design new tools to do things with. And in time, that can happen with this awareness. We also offer our clients keystone habits. Now, keystone habits are fascinating all within themselves because they help you, because they're so enjoyable, they help you recreate a lifestyle around them that's healthy and that moves you toward happiness and withdraws you from toxicities. Dance is a perfect example of a keystone habit. If you're doing it not to create perfection, but to actually create an experience of joy and loving what you do, then you automatically start looking for ways to enhance that experience, to dance more, to be able to dance with more power. You need to take care of your body. You recognize how important of a tool your body is in order for you to enjoy life. You eat better to enable your body to be stronger. You're moving more because you want to move more and dance. You're getting healthier and healthier automatically. You structure your time, and that structure gives you a sense of stability, and that's very often one of the first things we lose when we have a mental illness, for example. That sense of security and stability goes, and we experience this floaty, chaotic fuzziness around us where nothing can be trusted. So you ground yourself more. You don't try to do these things. You don't tell yourself, oh, I have to eat better. You just choose better as you're making those choices without even thinking about it ultimately. And you lose weight in your own time without forcing yourself, which helps you to keep that weight off. And that's what we do for metabolic disorders. Now, another thing to know is a lot of people think of obesity, even when you think of obesity as a metabolic problem, a lot of people think that that's the only symptom of metabolic problems. Actually, weight loss is another problem, another symptom of metabolic problems. And many people enjoy not being able to gain weight no matter what you eat, but actually because it's a symptom of a larger, deeper issue with the homeostatic system, they still experience that reduced function, reduced ability to think to their full potential, their reduced tolerance to emotional upsets. They still suffer those problems and they don't know where it's coming from. So that's an important consideration as well. These are all related issues. And the best part is we have something we can do about it. There's a lot of people out there with obesity who eat right and they exercise and they still can't get that weight off. They can't keep the weight off. If you're one of those people, try this program and you will see the difference and you will enjoy the process, which is what we're going for. Much love to you all. There's a million solutions to every problem and we're here to show you a really good one.